So basically, in the Google Classroom, it's going to look a little different, but you're going to click on this link. All right, so this is for assignment 1. Of course, I have some information. This is for Educator 1, Unit 1. Now there's Educator 1, which we'll go through over the next several months, and then eventually we'll get to Educator 2, and there's units within the Educator. So anyhow, here's some tips that obviously you'll want to read. And then down here is kind of how to complete the assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this link, and when you click on this, it's going to ask you which account, and you should just be able to click on your account. It's going to be the @WB Warriors account. All right, once you click on that, you're going to be taken to a screen like this. All right, it's going to say Teacher Center, and it's going to be Educator 1. Now you can see I've completed 1 of 13. There are 13 units in Educator 1, and you can see the various topics. All right. The first one's get ready to use technology in the classroom. All right. So you're going to get a check mark when you're done with that unit. It takes you a little under 90 minutes, and there's sections so you can kind of pace yourself. By the way, I do have a cold, so I apologize. Later on, though, after the unit is done, you can take a picture of this screen, and this is what you'd want to upload. Or like I'm on a Mac, I hit Command-Shift-4, and then you can take a screenshot like that. I gave you a sample screenshot just to show you what it looked like and how to do it. But anyhow, so what you want to do is actually click on the unit that you want to enter. And now you can see that you're in the actual class. And you're in Educator 1, Unit 1, and then you can see the categories. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now the biggest tip I have for you is really kind of slowing down and make sure you're actually reading. I know in the past, I've been part of this for 5 years, 6 years. Some people just go way too quickly and they just try to get done and speed through it. So we know what that looks like when a student does that. They miss all kinds of graphs, charts. They don't get that depth and breadth of the content. So just make sure you slow down and go through it. There'll be things to click on after you read a section. Obviously, you're going to go to the bottom and you're going to hit next. All right, and it tells you this section's about 23 minutes, and that's fairly accurate. And you can see these first couple sections are things to read. I wanted to point out this part. When you get down, it'll ask you, how has technology affected your life? And it's asking you to jot down information here. That's really just for you to get engaged in the work and the piece. So I would take time and actually think about this and these questions. You'll notice that when you get to section 2, you can click and then you can see what other educators have said. All right, then there's great little videos to watch. And again, don't skip over that. Really, you want to spend time on that if you could read it instead of watching it. But I think all of them are pretty fast. Like this is 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
We get to put professional tools in.
All right, so this is really well done in general, I will tell you. You read some things. It'll ask you to set your goals. It's going to ask you to make a copy. All this is just for you. When something like this pops up and it pulls up a Google Doc, that's just for you. All right. And then you can see now it's asking me questions. So some people have asked, do I have to turn this into you? No, you do not. But you definitely want to spend some time and work this out. Because the certification test at the end, it's legit. I mean, you'll definitely pass it if you go through and do all this. But you really are going to learn a lot through this process. You'll notice, for example, under this first subunit, explore the benefits of digital classroom and encourage 21st century work habits. Now it's asking me for a little quiz, and you'll notice that you can check your answer. The point is that you get the information and understand it. Anytime you see the squares, kind of like our state tests, you can click all multiples, whereas circle is only one thing. I'll just click on a few other random ones. So sometimes when you're going through and getting the basics and understanding things, it's easy to go, oh, I know what that is, I know what that is, and just skipping through it. So again, I would really encourage you to slow down. Um, so like when you click on these, it's going to take you to a little infograph, and I know some of these starting out are pretty basic, but I've said in the past, I think an educator really spent time building this, or a group of them, because it's just really well done. It's pretty impressive. So anyhow, you're going to go through the units, and eventually, I'm not going to click on that because I already did the unit review. But that's kind of testing you out, and that's exactly how you get that check mark. And sometimes when people are done and they get their score, like I got 8 out of 8, they're like, now what? Well, you got to get that check mark, and to do that, I think you need to go click up here in this part, or click on the link again from Classroom. But again, this is what you want to take that screenshot of. If you don't know how to do that on your device, you're more than welcome to take a picture with your phone and email it to yourself and attach it. But we really want to put ourselves out there and try to figure out and problem solve in a technical digital world, instead of just saying, I don't understand how to do it. So this might sound novel, but you can Google anything that you don't understand. So, well, anyhow, I hope this helped, and I tried not to ramble too much, and good luck with this course. Please be involved when we send out questions and information, and let's make the most out of this year together, and learn a lot with PD and Google.